Hi, friend.
Hi, friend.
Welcome back to the Friend Podcast. We are, what am I doing? Trying a promotional video element for the first time.
Yeah. So hi.
And we're wholly unprepared.
Absolutely.
For that level of
interaction,
yeah. We're used to just being able to be like...
We literally, we're like...
Yeah, we're like all around, yeah. So this is like newer.
Yeah.
But everything's hard the first time.
Yeah.
So...
We'll get the hang of it.
What's new?
Gosh.
You've been living your... Singled with a dog
Yeah,
life.
I've been romanticizing living alone. With a dog, with a car, even though I don't have any of those things. I am currently dog sitting for a client of mine for like a while, like 3 weeks. And so I've just been living at this woman's house. And it's been pretty chill, pretty lonely and quiet sometimes. I don't like being alone, I realized.
I feel like if you were alone and you had your own life, like it was your house.
Yeah.
But
then
it's not.
different.
So you're like, oh, I'm just sitting in someone's house.
Yeah, so it's like...
You're not like, you don't have things to do in this house.
Yeah. What have you been up to? You've been sick?
Oh, yeah, I was sick. I got I think it was a cold.
Yeah.
I got a cold, like, randomly in the middle of the week, and it was not fun. But I'm still a little... Sniffly, but...
You sound fine.
Overall, yeah. I feel like I have, like, a little bit of, like, that, like...
Phlegm.
Yeah. Oh, my God, the coughs. The phlegm's been wild. Like, one day, like, I coughed up, like, a whole being, you know? Like, the little mucus from the Mucinex commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That big one.
Ew.
Big one. But, yeah, I've been good. Teaching in the public school system for free.
Oh, love that.
As is my life now.
Yeah, your whole job.
My whole life now is teaching for free.
How long of that is there left?
Well, it's February, so all of February, March, April, and like 3.5 months. I can do it.
You can do it. Oh, gosh. Listen, you're already, like, almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I can do
stretch.
it. Home stretch. I can do it. Do you have a current favorite or?
Oh, my God, yeah. Okay, so I've been researching a lot about video components and just, like, other, like, podcasts and stuff because that's part of... I know! We're all wiggly. We'll figure it out. But, so I didn't really listen to a lot of podcasts or watch them or anything before. Only one. And then now to do, like, research, I'm looking at other people's podcasts and I'm, like, watching, like, a ton of them. But one of my favorites is the Dropouts podcast. I don't know what they are. They're just, like, 2 YouTubers, I think. Just 2 guys that are, like, semi-comedians, just, like, regular people. They're our age. And the whole point...
Like, what is this?
I don't know. The whole point of their podcast is, like, you know, their friendship dynamic, which is kind of like ours. Yeah. So I thought it was very fun to watch, and they're hilarious.
Have you watched The Toast?
No.
The Toast, she actually, her husband founded, Spritz Society, which is, like, a wine-based canned cocktail, yeah. And so it's basically just so my nanny mom's cousin showed it to me. And they do, like, it's basically trendy, like, what's trendy this week. They're very on trend. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. I recommend it. And they have a good video element too. Oh, okay. They have just, like, 2 chairs and, like, they just sit and talk. But, like, it's good. It's, like, fun. And it keeps you... It's kind of like a crash course in everything that's gone on in pop culture for the week.
That's cool. I gotta check that one out. What's your favorite?
This is so random. So, a little while ago, Aquifer came out with these sticks. And it's like a jumbo... Think about, like, an Elmer's jumbo glue stick. Oh. But Aquifer.
Oh, wait, I have one, but it's not Aquifer. It's some
Vaseline
other.
has it, too.
It's not Vaseline either.
But it's, like, thick. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It's thick. It's, like...
I have one. I know exactly what you mean. It's a glue stick.
Right, it's a glue stick. So I bought one, and I think that the part of Aquifer and Vaseline alike that sometimes bothers me is the finger thing. Like, I don't want to put my finger in it. Especially...
Why did I do that?
This is why it's funny, though.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, at my internship, I will come home sometimes and wash my hands for my internship, and my hands are black. That's how dirty kids are. Ew. And I don't really even touch them. It's like they bite on their pencil, they scratch their butt, like, and so that was a funny story that happened, actually. One of my kids came up to me and they're like, Miss Campbell, blah, blah, scratched his butt and then sniffed it. And I was like, we've all been there, bro.
Why and it's none of their business. Him like that? Right.
So anyway, kids are gross. And so putting my hand on a chapstick and then wiping it around my mouth seems like literally just inviting a toxin into my body.
Definitely.
So yeah, I don't like that. So I got this, but originally I got it because I don't, at home I also don't like how oily Aquifer specifically is, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Like it's very greasy. And it's hard to, you can't just, it doesn't seep in very fast. So the stick, you can just like wipe it on wherever you need and then you're not touching it and it's still the same. You know, buy all the bougie lip stuff you want. Vaseline and Aquifer, unscented, nothing is where it's at. Like, it's just simply, there's nothing better, more moisturizing, more long-lasting than the good old-fashioned tub of Aquifer and Vaseline.
Literally, like, I think a few episodes ago, I was talking about how I'm, like, really into lip products right now. All these products that I carry around with me, I don't even use. I got strawberry chapstick, and that's what I'm using mostly right now, and, like, Vaseline, so.
Vaseline, Aquifer, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
So even at home now, I'm like, this Aquifer stick is great. You can put it anywhere you use Aquifer. And I saw on the thing you can use it for chafing.
Oh.
Which I know is, like, something that you
absolutely
experience. And you
also
can use it for
else.
You can use it for windburn too. Like if you're walking and the wind's burning your face. So,
fun fact. Every time I grab too much Vaseline from the little tube, I always put it on my nose.
I always pick okay, this is a question of the week we could do, like where do you put your leftover, like whenever you dip? Because sometimes I just pick like a random spot and I'm like,
I'm like, this part is dry.
Yeah.
My knuckles.
Or it's like one little thing, I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. But then all day it's like the one little glistening line, you know? So, yeah, the Aquifer stick, my new bestie. I got one and now I have 3. I have one at my internship.
That's how it has to be. You have to have one like everywhere.
I have one at my internship, one here. And then I gave one to Alex because I wanted him to experience it. But it's great. Like, I assume this one stick is going to last me my lifetime. It's giant. You know?
I cannot remember the brand that I have. It's like cocoa butter or something. It's probably like Walmart brand or something.
Equate.
Something. I actually think it is Equate.
That is Walmart.
Yeah, so.
Hyperfixation.
I really feel fucking annoying mentioning this again, but like, as I said one episode, I don't know when, but I do, you guys know that I love Big Time Rush. There's an actress in the show called Caitlin Tarver. She's the worldwide. Joe. She's
the OG worldwide girl.
Yeah, the worldwide girl. She's actually a singer-songwriter, and she's amazing. I love her music. She makes lately her latest album is about like just like growing up and like not knowing what you're doing, and I really relate to that. So I've just been listening to her on repeat.
I love that for you. My hyperfixate.
I'm gonna make a song out of that.
That
should be the intro.
Oh my god. My hyperfixation is The Bear.
Oh yeah.
So Alex watched The Bear while it was coming out, and I just thought it sounded dumb, looked dumb, smelled dumb, tasted dumb, and I wasn't gonna watch it. And then we were watching the Emmys a couple weeks ago, and they were winning every single award.
Shook.
Yeah, like, every time we were like, Ted Lasso. They were like, The Bear. So I was like, fine, I'll give it a chance. I'm gonna be honest, the first season was like, what the fuck am I watching? It's boy humor, it's physical comedy, it's boy humor. So until the very last episode of the first season, I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, I saw you think it was dumb.
Yeah, but after that, the second season, I don't know what happened, but the production's different. It's much more accessible to multiple different groups of people.
They probably realized what they had on their hands.
Yeah, because at first I was like, this is a bro show.
Yeah, they were like, okay, everybody likes this. Maybe we should.
There is going to be a third season, and the second season ended on a cliffhanger, so I can't wait to watch.
Where is it in your line of shows? Did it surpass anything that you really like, or no?
No. It's just like a good show. Yeah. It's not like, nothing's ever going to touch the GOAT of all shows for me, which is Grey's Anatomy.
The GOAT.
Not recent seasons.
Yeah. You know, the OG
Grey's
Anatomy.
But it's good. It hasn't. I mean, I don't really think it's better than it. I wouldn't say like
it might be. Yeah, coming seasons.
It's comparable. It's not comparable to anything, I guess.
Yeah,
it's just like a good show.
Yeah.
So that's my hyperfixation of the week / recently. Okay, so today our topic, the topic of the week, is a girl talk episode. All boys click out. Actually, you know what?
You should stay. Boys need to hear this.
That's true. Well, they may not care, yeah. But
the ones that care.
We're talking about everything. Nothing's off limits. We're talking about dating apps, sex, boobs, birth control, boobs,
periods, all the
periods, things. Everything. We're talking about it.
All right. So my hot take is this whole hairy girl movement, like let the hair grow and don't be afraid to show it thing. Power to ya if you do that. But like I have never encountered something that makes me feel less womanly, and that is to like have hair, body hair showing. Like if I have my armpits,
I feel like that's I guess it's a hot take, but not for me. No, that's just like that's how it should be. IMO.
No, I agree, but like I know there's like, for example, I don't shave my legs all the time. Like,
yeah,
they're hairy right now. But if you're going to show, like, literally, how could you feel powerful and like womanly in that state? It's the thing that people are like, normalize it because it's normal and women have it too. Yeah, women have it too, but I think these things are so deeply ingrained in us that like it's not
I think women
womanly.
have it too, but I don't think we need to like if you have a hairy pussy, fine.
Yeah.
But not me.
We'll get more into that.
My hot take is that tampons should not be flushed down the toilet.
Ugh. Yeah, they should. Actually, no. I agree that they shouldn't because it's not good for the environment. But once or twice when you barely use tampons, which is my case, it's okay. What do? You put it in the trash can?
Yeah. I bought this was before because I don't use it anymore. But I bought little bags that they're like called, you can look them up on Amazon. They're called Fab Little Bags. So if you are a tampon user and you're worried about wrapping it in toilet paper or whatever, they're called Fab Little Bags and they're meant for periods. And you just put your finger like through these tabs and then you put the tampon in and you like take the little adhesive off and it's fully shut. And that's what I used to do. Because if you're on a septic system, tampons are extremely bad for your septic tank because it's not supposed to be sitting in there. Because it doesn't biodegrade the same as a tissue or as like toilet paper. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're not on septic here, but like you wouldn't be able to do that at my parents' house in like New York.
Yeah, no,
or
handle it.
Also, I think that sometimes I've seen them clog up like pipes, not necessarily like at your house, but like down the It's the same way. Like people throw diapers in the like really crazy stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah, and so personally I just don't think from a clogging perspective, pipe perspective. Also, if you've looked at a tampon in like a glass of water, when they truly are fully saturated, which a tampon never fully saturates inside of your body, they flower open like a V. And it does become way bigger than it did when you first, like when you first flushed it, it might have been like a little cylinder. Yeah. But then when it goes in, it's like a big thing.
Bigger.
So personally, it's a no for me.
I get it. I just have never done that. I mean, I have never thrown it in the trash because I think I used tampons probably like a total of 10 times in my life.
Yeah. So. Because
I was a pad girly, so.
Well, you also had like really bad fainting issues. So.
Yeah.
But I think, like, I used tampons pretty much every period, my whole period for
your entire
7 years, 7, 8 years. So, no, I mean, I wore pads until, like, high school.
Oh, really? Okay.
I actually might have wore pads until college.
Oh.
No.
I really don't think so.
Yeah, I think I wore pads till, like, high school, and then at high school I did tampons. But I guess since we're on this topic, we can just go straight into the girly. We can go into period first since we're here. Sabrina and I made a revelatory discovery.
Revolutionary? I don't know.
Revolutionary discovery? I don't know. I'll just say, I thought that reusable period products were for like crunchy granola moms who like have chickens and like make their own cupcakes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's associated with like reusable pads and like cloth diapering, like all that kind of stuff. You're like,
so it's like too extra.
So in my head, I'm like, I am never using a menstrual cup. That's gross. Like, how would that even work? I was like totally off board. Like, you would
just
not.
Like, you could not convince you.
You could not convince me. And then you tried it first, randomly, which is weird because you would think I would have.
You brought it up.
Yeah, I was
and
like,
you said you wanted to try it.
Who did I was influenced. Some normal person, not crunchy person, started to use them, and I was like, oh, if she does it, then I could maybe do it.
Yeah. And then you were explaining to me.
I think I know who it was.
Who?
But I don't want to like.
Oh, it's like a real person?
Yeah.
Not like an influencer?
Well, I guess it's not bad.
No.
Yeah, my nanny mom McKinley.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. She used menstrual cups. Now everyone just knows. Hey, girl. She used them, and she's like normal. She's like a little bit crunchy about some stuff, but she's like mostly normal. Yeah. And she was the one who used them, and basically said like that's all she used before. And so I once I heard that she did it, I was like, okay, maybe normal people do use them. And then I wanted to try.
You started talking about it, and then obviously because of the TikTok algorithm, it started showing up on my TikTok, and like all these people talking about their experiences and how great it is, and I was like, oh, I was slowly getting influenced too.
So, if you're not familiar, a menstrual cup or menstrual disc is exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of like a bulbous shaped silicone cup with a little stem at the bottom that you fold, and it opens inside of your body, and then it acts as a cup to catch the blood, but also like kind of like suctions it, so it's all just up there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a plug.
It's not free floating in there.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's kind of like a plug for like a drain. And then when you take it out, it's like drain, yeah. So we try. When did we start? Like mid last year, maybe?
I think so.
Life changing.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Tampons
don't do anything.
There's a smell of a tampon. I'm on my period right now. Sabrina knows I have about one of the most sensitive noses of any person in the world.
Yeah.
When I was on my period with a tampon, I could like smell my butt funk. I think that it's truly because your discharge is not flowing when you're on your period.
Yeah.
So you're just stopping it up. There. Yeah. So that's what it would smell like if it wasn't self-cleaning all the time. And so it's just dry. And then you have cotton in it, which just makes it more dry. And then you're wearing like cotton underwear, which makes it more dry. Everything just dries it up down there, and then like it smells funky. Doesn't happen with a menstrual cup.
No.
Because a menstrual cup, if you think of your vagina as like a canal, and then the menstrual cup's kind of up there, there's still skin under it that's closed and like cleaning.
Yeah.
Like
the skin is still doing its thing around the cup.
It's still moisturized.
Yeah.
It's not like you're literally sticking. Because that's what toxic shock syndrome is. When a cotton thing is sucking up all the juices from your vagina, and then in turn giving you sucking up your bad bacteria and giving you issues. Yeah. A menstrual cup or a disc is just kind of going up and stopping like the blood, but anything that's pH wise happening below it is still happening.
Yeah.
So it doesn't smell. I mean, over time, you save a bunch of money, obviously.
Yeah.
The discs are not cheap.
No.
They're like $25-$30.
Yeah, that's true. But the cups are about the same.
Yeah, the discs and the cups are the same. But discs, I don't think you can use every single time. I think you have to replace them more often.
Yeah.
But a menstrual cup, I think ours were like $25. I have 3 because I had to try. So the one Sabrina bought, she bought the Salt cup. It's like SAALT or something.
Yeah.
You can get that one at Target. That one she tried first, so I got it, and it's much more. They're definitely different shapes to them, and that one's much more of a big bulb at the bottom.
Yeah.
So that one was like leaking a lot for me. So then I got the Diva cup, which has different sizes, and it's more of a tulip shape. That's what it's like, bulb or tulip or something. Tulip's more tapered at the bottom. Bulb is more like bulb at the bottom. So I got the Diva cup because I wanted to try that one, and it worked better, but it's smaller. Like, it doesn't hold as much. So then I bought the Flex cup, which you can also buy at Target. You bought that one, too.
I got the Flex
No, you bought it first.
Yeah.
She bought the Flex cup. The Flex cup is different because it has a little hook. Yeah. The stem that comes not out of your body, but is at the bottom, has a hook.
It's easier to
and you pull when you pull the hook, the suction breaks in your body, so it's a lot easier to pull it down. The Salt cup and the Diva cup, you gotta get in there, break the seal, dig around and yank. Yeah,
you are in there.
So I use a Flex cup every time now.
I use the Flex cup mostly, unless I travel a lot, so whichever one I have on hand is the one I'm using.
I use the Flex cup all the time, like that's the one I have in right now, and then I have the Salt cup in whatever bag I'm carrying in case I get it on the go. Yeah. And then the Diva cup is good for like the last day or the first couple of days. So sometimes I do that. But I think like also what's great, I never got the whole you don't feel a tampon. Like I always felt a tampon.
Yeah, I always felt it too.
You would sit,
it was so uncomfortable.
You would sit wrong, and if it's too dry, it would like poke you. I never ever did not feel my tampon.
Yeah.
Even if like even after I lost my virginity, I still felt my tampon. It was just always there.
Yeah.
I do not feel my cup at all. No. I'm wearing it right now. I honestly forget I'm on my period.
Yeah, me too. At first I used to forget that it was in there.
We both have also experienced like lighter shorter periods.
Yeah. That was the biggest like pro for me once I started using it, was like I noticed like after maybe my second period, my period usually lasts like 5 to 6 days, and it's like my flow is very heavy, and when I started using it, I realized like it started getting like medium to low flow, and like it lasted like 3 days at most.
Yeah, mine, I feel like I've always had a pretty short one.
Yeah,
well actually I didn't. When I first started getting a period, mine lasted like 10 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then after I got on birth control, they went down to 5.
There it is.
But the cup, I think because it's open. So your vagina is not like literally just an open hole.
No.
Like it's shut. So I think like the contraction of working the blood down your vagina out of your body is actually made faster by this cup that's essentially keeping it a little bit open.
True.
That's what I
like. It flows more freely.
I have nothing to go off of. This is my thought.
We're not scientists.
Yeah, that it's just open, so it's just like dumping down to the cup.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's my thought.
That's what I think happens too.
So basically, all this to say, we should be sponsored by one of these companies because look at all this. Look at all this.
Hit us up,
Diva Cup. Look at all this free marketing they're getting, and I mean, we're not sponsored, so as you can tell, this is our true and honest thought.
Yeah,
and it's
life-changing.
We
love it. Go get yours today.
At your local Target. They sell them at everywhere now, though, like CVS, the grocery store.
Anywhere.
I saw them at Giant.
Yeah.
So if they're at Giant.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They come in, like, cute little drawstring bags to carry them. And if you think about that, like, so you pay $25, and then I think you can use them for, like, there is a time they suggest to replace them.
I think it's like 2 years or 1 to 2 years.
I think it's like if they do discolor. So your vagina like smells and has stuff in it that breaks the material down. It's silicone. So even after you use your cup at the end of your cycle, you boil it or you microwave it in hot water to sterilize it. I actually bought a menstrual cup sterilizer, which sounds so dumb because it is like a kitschy little thing. Like, it's kind of like overconsumption of like, did I have a product that did that before? Yes. But I keep it in my bathroom, and then when I'm like done on my period, I just like, after I get out of the shower, I have it prepped. I just put it in, I push the button, and it's done. Yeah. And I can do it in my bathroom. I don't have to like go boil a pot of water.
Exactly. It's more convenient.
Yeah. And that's something that like you can buy and you'll never buy that again.
That's true.
But you can microwave them.
Yeah.
To sterilize them, and you can boil them in a pot, which is what I first
boil
did.
It, yeah.
It's just a little bit, like, extra.
I also have a menstrual cup wash from Salt. That really helps with that. I use it every time.
But
it smells no nothing.
It does smell a little bit.
It has, like, some sort of chemical smell.
Yeah. After you clean it, well, it's your body, your blood is iron. It smells like iron.
Yeah.
And my Flex cup, the Flex cup is black. And when you sterilize it, I have noticed it's not discoloring, but it has like a weird like it kind of looks iridescent. Like, I guess my bodily chemicals are just, like, kind of messing with the color. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't noticed anything, but...
I'll, like, send you a picture next time I think about... Oh, like, tomorrow when I'm done with my period. But it's, like... It's not breaking down the material. It's just, like, not fully black.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. But, yeah, so you do replace them. But, you know, the other thing that you don't have to deal with is, like, period trash. Like, after my period, you have to take the trash out immediately because it's, like...
Well, yeah. Because your nose will smell it and it'll bother you. Well, it's just gross. That's true.
So, but now, like, you don't have anything, you don't throw away anything.
No.
So that's really...
It's great for the environment.
Yeah, you don't, and I always leaked on a tampon. Like, even...
Me too.
So when I wore a tampon, every period, I would wear a panty liner to then catch whatever came out. Because it never, ever, ever didn't leak.
Yeah.
I know some people, it doesn't, but that was not me.
Yeah.
So I would always have to wear, like, period underwear to then, like, hold the panty liner. And it was, like, a whole thing. So you're
using two products.
Yeah. Now I wear my normal underwear. I don't have to wear... I never leak. And if I do leak, sometimes I think I'm leaking, but it's actually just, like, normal period... Or, like, vagina liquid.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just because, like, it's not fully dry in there.
So I actually have had some problems with leakage with my menstrual cups, but I think the problem is that they're too small. Like, they're not suctioning
we were talking
properly.
about that.
I just haven't gotten around to getting a bigger size, but I will, and it'll probably change.
Yeah. But it doesn't happen to you every time, right?
Not every time.
It's just, like, random.
I think if I put it in kind of wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes your vagina, like, when you're sitting, it is angled back. It's not straight up.
Yeah.
So sometimes you probably do have it angled, like,
more crooked.
Too crooked. I think it does work the best when it's symmetrical on all sides. So sometimes I, like, stick my finger up and I, like, feel around. The other thing is if you're, like, squeamish about your body, that's not for you. And if you don't like seeing blood, it's not for you. But so originally when I first started using it,
astonishing. Yeah. Every time I'm like, whoa.
And it's not just blood, it's, like, stuff. You know?
The jelly.
Yeah. But when I first started using it, I emptied it in the shower every night, because I shower every night, and once in the morning. So, like, every 12 hours.
Yeah.
Now I don't.
Norm. Oh.
Now I do it at night, and I don't touch it until the next night.
Yeah.
Because you do lose less blood than you think.
Yeah. Like, sometimes it'll just be, like,
halfway full. So I stopped doing that because I was like, okay, if it's already in and it's not leaking, like, why am I messing with it? So I never am in a public space having to do anything. Originally, when I first tried, it is, like, a little bit of trial and error, obviously, and I did, like, have to take it out at work sometimes to, like, fix it. It is kind of, like, it'd be hard to do in a public bathroom.
Yeah, it's a messy situation.
Because you'd have to, like, I don't know how you would get it, dump it. I guess you just wouldn't rinse it and you'd just put it right back in. But that's weird to me.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's easier in a single stall bathroom or something. But at work, like, I have their single bathrooms. But I normally just, in the shower, I take it out. I dump it down the drain. It does splash sometimes. So you kind of have to get next to the drain.
Yeah.
And then you rinse it out and you stick it back in. It's very easy.
That was another pro for me, that, like, you don't have to change it as often, and, like, easy cleanup in the shower. Easy.
Yeah. And if it gets anywhere, I just, like, take the shower head and, like, it's just blood.
Yeah.
But, I mean, clean your shower. Go to our last 2 episodes ago, 3 episodes ago. Clean your bathroom. Clean your shower. That was our 20-minute ode to the menstrual cup. Is that what you're gonna call it?
That's crazy. We talked that much about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this episode is just about menstrual cups.
Yeah. So that's, like, our period segment. Buy a menstrual cup.
Yeah. Do it.
And you don't need to be a virgin or have had kids to open your vagina enough. Yeah. There's literally, most brands make multiple sizes. Mm-hmm. And there's a shape for you. Yes. And I think that people said if the cup is too much, that the discs are sometimes easier.
Oh.
Because they're shallower.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I haven't explored the disc yet.
I don't need to.
I don't want to either. It seems a lot more hands-on.
Yeah, that one has no stem.
You have to get in there.
There's a hook that you have to get into and then pry it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing about periods. Recently I started learning more about our 28-day cycle. Like, the whole thing. Like, follicular... I don't even know.
Follicular. She said follicular.
Is that it?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
There's, like, 4 different cycles that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
There's when we're bleeding, the after bleed, before bleed, and, like, how our energy levels changes.
Yes.
And, like, once I started, I got an app that, like, tells me where I'm at. And ever since I got that, I'm like, wow, I'm actually not lazy. And I'm not, I'm
just on my follicular.
Yeah, like, sometimes our energy is low and we have to take it slow. Sometimes it's really high, and that's why we're like all over the place. And it's really nice to, like, learn more about that.
So that would be a good segue into birth control. Because I saw a chart a few years ago of your body on birth control. And you don't go through any of those cycles. So it's basically, it's a box. You go period, straight up into this line, and then period, straight down.
Oh.
You're not going, like, there's no cycle. It's just up, like, and then down.
What is the up, like?
So it's PMS, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I stopped taking my active pill on a Sunday, and I don't get my period till the Wednesday. So that's kind of my most moody, like, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as my body's, like, weaning off of the hormone, then period, and then you're kind of, like, just on your period, and then the following Sunday, you take your pill, and then from, like, that Sunday to probably Wednesday, the chemicals are going back up, and then it's just, like, a straight line, and then you go back down.
That's crazy.
So it's a lot less...
like, change. It doesn't change as often. Well, you've mentioned that you have been taking the birth control since you were, like, what, teenager? 15?
16 is when I started birth control. Yeah.
Yeah, so that
and I've been on the same one since.
Don't know your cycles. Like, you've never experienced that, really.
I am interested to see, like, whenever I don't foresee myself getting off of birth control till I start thinking about having children. But I think it'll be interesting to see, like, what think happens. You're supposed to get off birth control for, like, a couple of months before you start trying.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what your cycle is.
Yeah, I was on birth control for about, like, a year or a year and a half, something like that, and then I got off of it because I wasn't feeling I felt not like myself, which is very normal. I've heard a lot of people say that, like, you kind of, like, lose your sense of, I don't know, yourself. And when I got off,
not feeling like me. I feel like that wasn't me that night.
And when you get off, at first I felt, like, essentially the same, and then, like, maybe, like, 4 months after is when all these, like,
feelings
came back. I started, like, the mood swings were wild, and then I realized that's what it is. It's, like, all the cycles.
I feel like, as someone who has been on birth control for so long, watching you on it then off of it, I told her, like, when you got off, I was like, you're like, kind of more annoyed about everything now. And she was like, no, I don't feel like I am. I was like, okay, that's fine. Trust me, you're complaining about everything way more than you normally do. Okay? Yeah. I think birth control... So for anybody who hasn't been on birth control who's thinking about it, this is not to, like... You've got one person who's had a very
different for
positive
everyone.
Experience and someone who didn't. It doesn't make you, like, a zombie where you don't have any emotions. I just think that there's a lot less mood swing. Like, I can tell when I get off of it, like, right before my period, so the Sunday, like, Monday, Tuesday, I'm, like, sad.
Yeah.
Homesick, depressed, crying over every TikTok. Like, the vibes are not high.
Yeah.
And like... That's when my period comes, and then when I'm back on it, I'm like, no, okay.
Okay.
So I got on birth control when I was 16. My mom thought that I was sexually active. I did not lose my virginity till I was almost 18. Like, literally almost...
Like a week
a week or two before my 18th birthday. I was a kid who was, like... Well, if I should just, like, relate this to the summer I turned pretty.
Oh my god, no.
I'm reading that series because... Why?
Because you wanted to.
I randomly bought it. Everyone was talking about the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, I need to know what's going on. What's this Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah bullshit? Books, I haven't watched the show yet because I was waiting. Yeah. But the books apparently are way better. They are, actually, because they go through...
Have you watched?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the whole series is covering the first book.
Oh.
So they never get to where I'm at, which is like, that's the good stuff. But I really identify with Belly because Isabella.
Oh, Belly is
They
her
call
nickname?
her Belly, yeah. Because she's like this hopeless romantic girl, and I was also that girl. And she also was one of those girls who like never saw herself losing her virginity. Same. Like, I never thought about it. I was not like getting bodies in high school. Like, I was scared to lose my virginity. I wanted to wait till I was married.
Yeah.
And my dad tells a funny story because my dad was actually oddly the one who had all the like sex talks with me. My mom doesn't like talking about anything bodily related. Like when we talk about pooping and she's like, guys,
don't say that.
Why are you using potty words? So my dad was the one who talked to me about sex. And I asked him,
love that.
Like, Dad, like, do I ever have to have sex with my husband? Because I like just didn't want to.
That is so legit. Even nowadays, like as an adult, I'm like, yeah, honestly.
And he was like, well, that's something you have to bring up with your husband. And it's just funny because I remember asking him that, and I'm like, as an adult, I could see why that he was like, probably not, but
that's funny.
So my mom, Alex and I started dating when I was 16, freshly 16.
Yeah.
And my mom just thought I don't know.
She's like, they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're together, so they must be doing it. Alex and I literally did nothing until we were like 17. Like
2 whole years.
Nothing. We had 2 whole years. We were sleeping in the same bed for like a year before that, just kissing. No hand jobs, no oral, nothing.
Guys, how pure.
And everybody at his friends would be like, oh, you must be getting it. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
We were like lame. We didn't do anything. So, but my mom, we were going on this road trip with our friends, and she was like, I'm not letting you go on this road trip till you get on birth control. And I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I got in an argument with her.
Not doing it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I'm not doing it. She's like, well, you say that now, but, you know, sometimes it just happens. And I was like, no, it's not going to happen. So I was on birth control for a year and a half before I ever did anything.
Wow.
So I've been on the same birth control since I was 16.
Yeah.
And I haven't had any negative effects, but I do tell you a lot. Like, I don't know what they are because I just don't remember myself that young.
Yeah.
But I have very regular cycles. I never struggled with acne, really. I had, like, my moments.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It was, like, before, like, you were young. Like,
yeah.
It was before any of that even had the chance to show up.
So birth control for me was my mom's choice. And I've been on the same birth control for, how long ago is that? Probably don't want, like, 7 years.
Yeah.
Something 8. Like that.
Oh.
No, I'm 24. Yeah, 8. Cool.
Wow. One of those moments.
Yeah.
Old as
so I have nothing bad to say about birth control, really. I mean, I know people that did the implant and other stuff, which is something that I was originally curious about, just for the sake of like not remembering to take the pill.
Yeah.
But it's such a part.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah. One of my close friends got the implant, and she has basically been nonstop bleeding since she got it. Like, she's been spotting off and on for like, I don't know I should ask her what the update is on that. But she was originally, and I was like, I don't like the fact that you can't stop it immediately if something happens.
Yeah, you have to go to the doctor and figure it out. Yeah.
And I think because I've been on it for so long, 6 years, 7 years is a long time to do something. It's a routine now. Like, I don't ever forget.
Yeah.
One time, last month, I thought I forgot, so I took 2 because I got the date mixed up.
Oh.
And then my period came a day early because I had doubled up one day and then stopped taking it a day early.
Yeah.
So really, it's like not something that happens, but for me. But I see, like, you had trouble remembering a lot.
Yeah, I did, and that was one of the reasons I also stopped. I got on the birth control pill. I think I was 21. 20. I started having a lot of acne problems, and that's why I started taking it.
The age-old tale.
Yeah, so I was already, like, my body was changing. I wasn't as young as you were, and I only used it for, like, a year and a half. And
I told her to, like, take the same brand I was taking.
Yeah, and it was fine at first. I actually really liked it, but then I, like, realized the whole, like, thing that I didn't feel like myself. I kind of felt like separate from my body. It's a strange experience. A lot of people have this weird
I kind of want to like understand this, but
I know it just feels like you don't have emotions. Like how my mom takes what is it?
Lexapro.
Lexapro.
No, yeah,
it is Lexapro, which is like anti-anxiety or or depression or something. And like she herself says like she doesn't feel like how she used to like feel. Her brain is
you're floating detached. Above your own body.
Yeah, and that's how I felt with birth control to some extent. Probably not as dramatic, but and I gained a lot of weight as well, so I didn't like that. And I stopped taking it.
Now we don't even know if the weight thing was related.
Yeah, who knows? I was also very irresponsible with it. Like, I missed a lot of pills sometimes. I forgot to take some pills. I doubled up sometimes. I stopped for like a month and then I went back on it. I didn't give it a fair shot, but also
you don't really need it.
I didn't need it. I wasn't sexually active. Well,
at the time you weren't. When you started on
in the beginning, I wasn't. Yeah. I ended up
needing it. Imagine.
Should I tell?
Sure.
So, unlike Sarah's cute
wait, we should preface. Now we're gonna segue into Sabrina's virginity story, losing her virginity.
I love how that's a topic on this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just preface mine. I think this is good though. Young girls, it could happen either of these ways.
Yeah.
Talk about not being yourself that night. Anyway, but I lost my virginity to the person that I'm marrying. I waited for my This is what I'm telling you. I was a hopeless romantic. Like, I waited for the one that I was committed to. And I know, like, I knew at the time, even if Alex and I were to have broken up, I still would have lost it to my long-term high school boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was never like a...
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Girl.
It was never just like a hee-hee thing. I just, like, did it to...
Yeah.
And, you know, even if... I don't know. Yeah. Alex and I both lost our virginity to each other.
Yeah.
I've never had to get screened for STD. Can you say the same?
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay, as much as you do all this to me, you say I wasn't myself. I guess I kind of wasn't, but it was
the tequila.
The tequila. It was a part of myself that is very true to myself. Listen, I've been kind of lost a lot in my life. Would you agree?
Yeah.
In my love life, in my career, and all that.
You're just lost.
Yeah, I have moments where I'm like freaking out and I'm like, oh my god, I need to do this. Oh my god, I haven't done this in my life. I need to figure it out. And then I kind of like go figure stuff. Okay, so basically...
Set the scene. It was a dark and...
It wasn't as cute as Sarah's little moment.
Well...
No. I went out with friends to a bar.
A friend from college. My friend from college.
Yeah.
Shout out Chrissy.
Yeah. Thanks.
She went out.
Thanks.
She went out with me. No, what? They went out together. I was not there.
Yeah.
They went to a little bar.
Yeah, we went out to
a
cute little Bossa Bistro. It's an adorable...
Shout out Bossa Bistro in DC.
Adorable little...
Is it DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brazilian, but not really. It's like a
Latin
American bar. It's so cute. We all met a guy there. And I started talking to him and we like hit it off.
We could call him Richard.
Richard. We'll call him Richard. Right. So we started talking, or I started talking more to Richard. The girls and I invited him to go dancing after that club or that bar. And then we went, we danced, we had a moment, we kissed a little, all that. Nothing happened that night, okay? He invited me on a date.
She was responsible because she was dog sitting for my nanny family.
Yes. And
she could not spend the night anywhere. She was with a dog.
I can't.
She was with her dog.
I had to go back.
Shout out Johnny.
To Johnny, my little man.
Johnny's really the OG.
He really is. Love that guy. And so he asked me on a date the next day. He was going to some hockey game.
Caps, go Caps.
Yeah.
Sabrina's a big Capital hockey fan.
I am.
Yeah. Do you know a position in hockey besides the goalie?
I hate you. No, I don't.
Neither do I.
Midfielder.
Pucker. Sticker.
Yeah. So I
defender.
Agree.
I bet it's the same as like soccer.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Right, midfielder, mid-quarter.
Defender.
Anyway,
whatever. I went on the date the next day to that hockey game. It sucked. We both agreed. And then we actually went to the museum too. We went to an art museum.
You went on a day.
Yeah, it was cute.
He's not from the area.
No, he's not.
He's like a contractor, and he was being like put up in the area, but he's not from here. So that was a red flag for me.
Yeah. He's also. I was 21. He was 28.
I think he had somebody back at home. I'm not saying he had a wife. I don't think he did. But he had something.
So. I really don't think so. If you had met him.
I didn't. So.
I didn't really. Honestly, here's my thing. I met someone. We hit it off. Was there an attraction? Yes. Also, in the back of my mind, I was kind of lost. And I was going through the whole, like, I have been single forever. I've never lost my virginity. I'm behind everybody else. Like, pressure. Just, like, a lot of pressure. And I felt ready in terms of, like, losing my virginity. And, like, I didn't care. You know? I was like, you know what? Whatever. Sometimes it happens like this. So it happened like that. That
night of the date.
And, yeah. And then we never talked again, which is fine.
So I get a call, like, 2 days later. And you're experiencing STI symptoms.
Okay, I thought it was. Yeah. It was UTI is what I had.
Yeah. But listen, you don't know where it's been.
Yeah, I was paranoid. I was freaking out. I was like...
She was like, I need to use your credit card because I think I have an STD.
I was like, I was like so paranoid and...
She texted him and asked him if he hadn't... Didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You're like, hey,
like, have you been tested?
I didn't understand that.
Oh. Girl, I didn't either.
It's your watch.
Oh.
Not you getting flustered. I wasn't myself that night. That didn't feel like me that night.
I was a version of me that...
I think that story is fun, though.
Yeah, it happens like that sometimes.
But I was like... See, I know that that's like her, but it's not like her, you know? It's like...
It's not how I would have wanted.
Ego. It's not... Namina, not Sabrina.
That's what you said that day.
So, my nanny kids make up names for us. And my nickname for my last nanny kid was Goggy. And so, like, when I do something that's not like me, I'm like, whoa, Goggy, that's crazy. But my first nanny kid ever, when she was really little, she lost us in the Barnes & Noble. We were in a Barnes & Noble with her.
Yeah.
And we didn't really lose her, but she was looking for us.
We walked away a little bit. Yeah.
And she was like, she couldn't figure out Sabrina's name. So she's like, Namina, Swa, where are you? And so ever since then, Sabrina's alter ego has been Namina.
Yeah.
And that was Namina that night,
That was Namina that night. Namina made a lot of interesting decisions throughout her life.
Would Namina also be the next one?
Yes, I would say so. I would definitely say so.
Shout out to you traumatizing rat.
Do you think we need an episode on that?
So sue me.
Toxic relationship?
So sue me if I at him. I could have just said his name.
You could have. Yeah. So Namina has made some decisions, but you know what? I've come to realize that, like, because of how I live my life, because I get a little lost sometimes.
Sometimes you just got a little...
Maybe that is just part of me. And whatever. You
yeah.
know? Fun moments. Fun...
Nothing
memories.
bad has ever come out of it.
No.
Just a funny story.
Oh, yeah. Nothing happened with the STDs.
No.
I was just paranoid. I thought I had a UTI.
I was on my way to visit my goddaughter when she called me saying that she thought she had an STD. And I was in a Wawa bathroom. And it was, like, disgusting. Oh, it was a Royal Farms bathroom. Oh. In, like, the middle of...
we were both going through
Virginia Beach, which, if you know, you know. Not where I wanted to be. And I was laughing my ass off. And she was like, stop laughing. Like, I really think I have it. I'm like, ha ha!
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have supported her. But when you lose your virginity to the guy that you're... that also lost their virginity to you, you don't have to ever get screened for it. Unless there's infidelity.
True.
But... you can avoid the chlamydia screening.
It's true.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Chlamydia.
This advice to all of you out there. If you have a one-night stand, ask them beforehand.
Literally, like, before enter, show that STD passport, baby. Especially if they have bodies.
That night, literally, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I never met him, but great guy, I guess. Tequila. Our last little thing we want to talk about is feminine hygiene. Mm-hmm. Coupled with the most important thing if the most important thing you do in this podcast is the next sentence. Shower every day.
I did not know we were going there. Agreed. Everybody should agree.
There's people listening to this podcast personally that I know that don't shower every day. But they know that I know that it's gross. Imagine getting home from the bar, friends, and just deciding... so I'm sleepy. I'm going to get in bed. What?
The last and only time I did that, I was like 12. Like, I came back. I was a kid, you know? That's different.
I don't think there's any night I'm tired enough to not shower.
Yeah, me neither. It puts you to sleep. You know,
when we got back from Chrissy's birthday dinner, it was not at all a dirty event. Like it was dinner, and I was disgusted when I got home. I don't know why. It was like I was outside.
Being outside does that.
Indoors. I was like, this is disgusting. I want to die. I had to shower like right when I got home. The fact that I couldn't wash my hair that night was bothering me.
Yeah.
Everything felt dirty.
Yeah. I don't like the outside feeling at all.
When you wash your hands and you're really scrubbing and you look in the sink and the like bubbles are black, that's kind of like at the end of the day your whole body.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? You want to know how dirty you are? To all of you guys who don't shower every day, do a little experiment for me. Take a bath.
Is the bath water clear? I don't bathe, but I probably mine.
I shower. I bathe and shower.
Here's the thing: a DMV, Maryland, Virginia, DC summer. 100-degree day. You're outside, even running an errand with Birkenstocks on, no socks, and like an exercise dress. You're telling me that you didn't get dirty?
You definitely got dirty. Every time I walk dogs for a living. Every time I walk, I get dirty.
Yeah, dirt comes to you. I remember I was doing yard work at this house like last summer, and I went to shower and I forgot to I missed one part of my leg, and I didn't see any dirt on me, but I had a white towel and I wiped it, and it was literally black.
Oh. Back in the shower?
Yeah. No. Get in there. It's gross. And especially if you're not cleaning your sheets every night, which I'm sure most of you are not, that's gross.
I might blast you a little bit here.
What?
You have mentioned to me that you don't scrub everywhere.
Okay. Can I defend myself now?
Yeah. Go ahead. So
I have psoriasis, plaque psoriasis. Okay. And my dermatologist specifically said that it's not good for me to scrub my, limbs, my... specifically where there's spots, which is mainly around my elbows, but it's not good for me to scrub parts of my body that are generally not dirty. In the winter, when my arm's covered by a long sleeve, it's not getting dirty, really. So it's bad. And I have noticed when I do start... So after Sabrina exposed me, or she was like, you don't scrub your, arms or whatever, I started doing it for a little bit, and my eczema came back. That's and crazy. My psoriasis came back. Now it's, better, but, I'll get patches... So anything, it's drying, obviously, to scrub. So that's why I don't scrub. But I don't, not scrub my ass.
Yeah. All of the pits
I scrub my pits, my ditch, my feet.
Under boob.
Yeah, my under boob is important.
Very important.
My neck.
Yeah.
Everywhere gets scrubbed.
All the fold,
just not my, the outsides of my arms and the fronts of my leg.
You get it on the back of your leg?
I don't get it on the back of my leg, but I get it on the front of my leg.
Oh.
It's weird.
I guess, okay, that makes sense.
I get psoriasis on my shins.
That's crazy.
A lot. I don't know.
For all of you guys who don't have psoriasis and aren't scrubbing your body, what are you doing? You have no reason. No reason. Just do it.
But I have many people in my life who do not shower every day, who live very active lifestyles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I do not get it.
Yeah. I can't imagine sitting in your athletic, in your sweat. I do sometimes, but that's because I'm busy or I move.
But you're not getting into bed with it.
No, never.
If you're doing that, you should change. First of all, you don't deserve to rewear pajamas. No. You need to change your sheets every day.
And pajamas, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel gross even just not washing my hair.
I don't
just
think...
that in and of itself already makes me feel icked. So I can't imagine not doing the body.
We are specifically big promoters of night showering.
Yes.
That's a whole nother thing that a lot of people don't do. Mm-hmm. If you shower in the middle of the day and then you go back out, you're dirty again.
Yeah. You've touched the outside.
Yeah.
I feel there is a time limit sometimes to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to walk dogs late at night and I shower just before. And it's a quick standing there.
If your feet have enough time to get sweaty in your shoes,
yes,
you've been out too long. Yeah. And you need to shower again.
Sometimes I scrub my feet to get into bed. Right before.
That's actually a very I think it's Japanese or Korean thing to do.
Really? Mm-hmm. I just feel if
a foot wash.
Yeah, if I went on a walk with a dog, even though I just showered, I'll scrub it real quick and then hop in bed and wash hands. Think
there's been times where I have to shower and then I have to go pick you up from work.
Yeah.
But if I don't put socks on, I wear my UGG slippers and I
and you're in the car.
Yeah, and I'm in the car and I come back. I'm obviously.
Yeah.
But if I go to dinner or something,
touch other things, the outside world.
Come back from dinner when you go to Korean barbecue and smell your shirt.
No, not Korean barbecue is the worst place you could not
smell your shirt after you come back from a place like that and tell me you're not dirty. You smell of beef. I smell like beef. Your hair smells like beef. Campfire, you like that. But campfire, you're dirty. There's smoke on you.
That's fair.
There's not a single thing that you can tell me.
Yeah.
That is not dirty.
Fight us.
Yeah. That was not feminine hygiene, but that's hygiene. Okay.
Make sure you wash your
Another
boobs
PSA
properly.
is the no vagina washing.
Yes.
The outside of your vagina can be washed. Mm-hmm. Personally, when I'm like scrubbing, I'm scrubbing the outside of my vagina.
Me too.
I am not opening. I'm not opening the folds.
You're not
and getting in there.
No.
It's self-cleaning. It's very bad for your pH to put anything up there. Even if it's like a summer's eve douche wash.
Yeah.
No. You
Just
don't put that up there.
Thing.
It's doing its thing.
If anything, water.
And if you think your vagina smells, like everybody's vagina has a smell. Yeah. But if you think your vagina smells bad, that's generally a gynecological issue that you need to get checked. It could be a yeast infection.
It could even be your diet. It could be anything but like...
your vagina does not smell legit sour if you don't wash it.
No. Don't
use that stuff. It's not good for you. It can give you yeast infections, UTIs.
Yeah. Just let it be, things. And it'll most likely
if it's
be
not
just fine.
If you can't see it from the outside without touching it, it doesn't need anything.
Yeah.
And really, I don't like take soap and scrub the outside. It's just like you scrub your butt, you scrub your butt cheeks. You just you get it, but you're not like sudsing it up.
I have accidentally like scrubbed too much, and then it like I've had like reactions to it. But because of that, I'm so paranoid now that I'm like gonna get something from like scrubbing too hard. Like it, people have to learn these things, like what is the best way to do it. So now I barely it's mostly just like softly get soap on there, gently,
so
scrub it and then leave it alone.
You don't need a douche, you don't need anything, you need nothing. Your vagina itself cleans.
It's fine.
That's what discharge is. That's why you need to wear underwear.
Yeah.
Throwing back in.
Love it.
What episode was that? Oh, it was a hot take in our first episode. One. Go back if you want to hear the girlies' take on underwear. But it self cleans. It's flushing. Yeah. You don't need to do that.
You're good, girlies. Don't worry about it.
Shaving.
We are different on that.
A lot of it is personal preference.
Yeah.
You have a sensitive skin issue though.
I do. I am very prone to acne and like what is it?
Razor bumps?
Yes, and ingrown hairs. So, I try to only shave, if I need to.
I shave my armpits and my vagina hair every day.
That is insane that you have, eczema and, all these, skin problems. But not
my armpits and, my pubic area.
It's,
not
perfect,
sensitive.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Insane.
And I think that's a preference thing. If you if you like it down there the way that it is, or the way that nature intended, go ahead.
If your partner likes it like that down there too,
slay.
Great for you.
It's a personal. I think it's what I want to look at.
Yeah, and how you want to feel too.
One time I did let it grow out just to see if that, and it was not what I know.
Yeah,
I was like, what is that?
It's also I think a lot about how you grow up.
Yeah,
I was taught to not mess with it, so most of my childhood
you were seeing what you saw.
I saw what I saw, and then I get used to it, and then I started shaving, and low-key didn't like it at first because when it grows back it's not fun.
No,
it's pokey.
That's why I never let it get long, because I don't want to get to pokey stage. So I'm always bare in my pits and my ditch. But I have tried the idea of waxing my armpits and my like a bikini wax does intrigue me, but I feel like the times when you're not allowed to touch it and it has to be hairy, I would not like.
Yeah, that's true. You would hate it. So, and if shaving works for you, that's great.
I do notice dark spots though on my bikini line.
I feel like that's normal. That's not really involving hair.
I think it is.
You think?
Well, I think it's made more visible by shaving because it's obviously a follicle there.
Oh, okay. I get that. I think waxing would help.
But
you should try waxing. You know what a bikini wax is?
Yeah.
It's just the sides. It's not full everything. So maybe that could help.
Yeah, maybe I should try that. But then I'd be looking at the sides growing. I mean, it's not even a lot of hair. It's only 4 or 5 hairs. I don't have a full.
Yeah. Maybe if you do it when you're not at all. In the winter, for example, try it out and see how it goes.
So that was the girlies take
girl talk.
That was the girlies girl talk on here to influence you on menstrual cups, tell you how we lost our virginities, and
washing
tell you
up
that our vaginas are bare.
Yeah, mostly.
Most of the time. But you know what's important? We shower every night.
Yeah, that is the biggest takeaway.
And that's what makes us better than everybody. So, until next time, bye, friend.
Bye, friend.
Oh my god.